Hi YouTube, it's Charlie in Westeros here, and I'm just making this video to give my, I guess, pre-season 3 thoughts on Game of Thrones before we see the first episode this Sunday for the new season. I'm just going to discuss the various characters, where we left off in season 2, and basically what I think we can expect from the very first episode of season 3. Now, Robb Stark. Robb, in the last episode of the season 2, marries this Talisa Mager woman of Volantis. For those of you who don't know, Volantis is some kind of a city-state across from the Sea of Westeros. Westeros is, of course, the continent where all these different kingdoms are. Volantis is in Essos, I think that's the name of the place, Essos, where actually it's the continent where Daenerys Targaryen is currently. Now, I'm really curious about this character because we don't really know much about her at this point. We just know where she's from, and we've heard some kind of story about her and her brother as kids. But this character is fairly new in the sense that she was not presented, I guess, in this way in the books, which I have read. So it's kind of a new twist for those of us who've read the books. So far, I like the character. I just wish they would, I guess, elaborate on her role in the series. And I'm really hoping that in episode 1 of season 3 that we'll get to see more about her and really get to delve deeper into her story and who she really is. Because I still feel like there's quite a bit of mystery around her. And I've also seen a number of other vloggers point out that the story between her and Robb isn't really developed. And that's something I would, of course, love to really see expanded upon. So when we left off with Season 2, Daenerys Targaryen has locked Sharo, however you spell his name, Sharo, Xoan, Daxos. Somebody type in the comments if you know how to say it properly. I'll probably have to look at that episode again to see how he says his name himself. Anyway, she locks him up in his vaults, which are ironically empty, along with that maidservant of hers who basically betrayed her. Now, for those of you who have not read the books, I'm not going to, spoil anything here, but I will say that what happens in the TV series kind of throws those of us who've read the books for a loop. This isn't exactly what takes place, and I'm really, really intrigued to see how the TV series is going to deal with these circumstances. The questions I kind of ask myself are, will Dany stay in Karth? Will she leave? In the previews for season 3, and again, I won't spoil anything, but we do see a number of soldiers accompanying her or around her, and she's wearing a very ornate, nice dress. So it kind of leads me to assume that she's probably in a good situation overall. So it's definitely something I would be really interested to see how they're gonna hopefully develop this in the first episode. Something I'm really looking forward to. So in terms of the other Stark children, the younger ones, we have Rickon and Bran, who have emerged from hiding to find Winterfell in ruins. Assumedly, they're traveling north to meet their stepbrother, Jon Snow. However, as we know, Jon Snow is about to meet the King Beyond the Wall to assess whether he is, I guess, a worthy ally or if he's not worthy. So it really remains to be seen, if they're gonna encounter some problems along the way, or even if they manage to reach the Night's Watch. Meanwhile, with Arya, she's just recently been freed from, or escaped rather, from that castle. What's it called again? I really should take notes before I make these videos. Harrenhal. There we go. She just escaped from Harrenhal. So we're going to see where she goes. I'm assuming she's going to try to meet either her mother or her brother or one of her family members. I mean, where else would she go, really? So we'll see where her adventure takes her. With Sansa, of course, she is still a prisoner of Cersei Lannister. Well, the Lannisters in general, now that Tywin Lannister is back at King's Landing. So far, it's all looking very good. I mean, she just lost her place in line to marrying Joffrey, who, irrespective of what I know of what happens in the books, I really hope he gets it this season, or next season, or any season for that matter. I just don't like that character, and I think anybody would agree with me on that. And I'm not, by saying that, I'm not spoiling anything at all. That's just my personal desires for this character. Meanwhile, as poor Sansa, is getting the worst of luck, we have Tyrion, who basically got demoted. His father, took over the role of King's Hand at King's Landing, so Tyrion doesn't really have any more allies there. So it'll be interesting to see what he does next, considering he's basically alone, more or less. Will he still try to scheme his way to the top, like he more or less did last season? It'll be interesting to find out, especially with the extra challenge of his father, and, and the fact that he didn't really get any credit for the defense of King's Landing when Stannis attacked. Now, with Stannis is in a really bad position. Of course, we all know he lost that attempted invasion of King's Landing. If I were him, I would seriously reconsider a religion change. Melisandre is a ginger after all, and we all know that they don't have souls. Just kidding. But seriously, though, he's in a really bad position. He's kind of, from what I understand, stuck on Dragonstone right now, without much room to move. But of course, the sorceress, the priestess of the Lord of Light, whoever she is, has kind of seems to have him under her, I guess, sway. So it'll be really interesting to see if that's going to continue. Maybe he'll break free. Maybe she actually found some kind of way to help him regain a strong foothold in this struggle for Westeros. It'll be really interesting to see what happens in the season. But beyond that, it does not look so good for him. Last but not least, we have the very ending scene of Season 2, Episode 10, was with the infamous White Walkers. They are here. They are visibly, very, very obviously on the march with a bunch of Walking Dead soldiers or wildlings or whatever they were, basically dead humans. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they try to go, what they're going to do. I'm really surprised, actually, that they revealed the White Walkers so early in the season, so early in the series, well, the TV series anyway. I don't exactly remember how or when or what they do in the books to reveal them, except for, of course, that very introductory scene in the first season with the Night's Watch, encountering a White Walker and then one of them running away and getting executed. But yeah, I'll be really curious to see, what their very obvious presence will do for both the Night's Watch and, of course, the Wildlings. I'm curious to see if they're gonna if the Wildlings are how aware they are of these White Walkers in their midst. Anyway, that's all for now. I will see you guys soon, probably Sunday or Monday. Probably Monday, actually, because I'll have to upload this after the episode actually airs, with my thoughts on Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 1. Take care for now, guys. Bye.